Hi everybody, how are you doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to talk for a little bit. It's going to kind of cut into the sequel, but there have been many of signs that I've went over with you lately, and new ones, which are taking a poke at our rights already, and to make a play for our rights. And this has got to stop before they actually have some kind of traction to do so. Now, I went over 2 stories the other day before I did the sequel, talking about 2 other plays for our rights. And now we have this shooting in Colorado, which was one of the stories. And now Biden is trying to make a play for gun control. And also, like I said, semi-automatic weapons. Weapons are weapons. ARs are not just military weapons. That is not true. You'll see it in my video that I posted prior to this. Although, again, some people have reasons for them, other people don't. It doesn't matter, because people are going to get a hold of them regardless, whether it's legally or illegally. The problem is when you take the guns from legal gun owners and people who have the rights to carry, and I'm saying that because if, of course, you're a felon, you're not allowed to. But if you are a person that has no criminal background, has no reason why, has a mental stability, is a legal abiding, law-abiding citizen, you have the right to bear arms, period. And it doesn't say what kind of arms. It says bear arms, okay? But that's not what this is about. This is not what it's about. It doesn't matter what kind of gun it is, because all guns shoot and all guns kill. Whether they use a semi-automatic in one shooting or a handgun in another shooting, you'll see if you look it up, more people are killed with regular guns and other weapons before it's a semi-automatic weapon. More people are killed with probably stabbings. People are killed with, and I'm not saying the number is more, I'm just saying there's a lot, I should say, to correct myself, because I don't have the statistics in front of me. But a lot of people are killed by stabbings. A lot of people are killed by setting people on fire. And other weapons that aren't even weapons, but people use as weapons. People beat to death people with bats and shovels. Are we going to make all of that illegal? And again, you're attacking supposedly one kind of weapon when weapons are weapons. But again, this is not really what it's about. This is a play to stop us from having weapons. And that is not okay. If you open this door and you allow it to be opened, you cannot shut it. And again, once they take your weapons and they take your rights and they continue to violate your rights, it just keeps going. And what they're really making a play for is our rights in general. In general. It has nothing to do with this gun, that gun, or anything else. It has to do with, we're going to use this situation to open a door so that we can find a loophole and a way in to violate these people's rights. And if you think it's going to stop there, I promise you, it is not going to stop there. It's going to keep going, and they're going to keep taking more. They've already taken so many of our rights that we already need to fight to get back. Do you want to finish allowing them to take whatever rights we have left? And that's what this is about. It's about opening a door to stealing more of our rights. And again, I don't see anybody on God's green earth that is a gun owner or a gun person that is going to agree to this and just give over their weapons. That is going to cause a big issue here in America. And again, you can go look at my other video and the comments I've attached to it and see your rights, what people think, what is happening, what is going on, people's feelings, people's thoughts, and so on. I did post several in the video. Again, with some more signs. And then again, I have to question, is this even real at all? Because since that video, many people in many different areas have been popping up in situations with guns, walking into stores, not even trying to shoot anybody or do anything wrong. Maybe they chickened out and got arrested instead, or did shoot. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read every single one. But it's just funny how all these shootings are popping up right when they want to go for the gun laws. So is this another setup by the government to be able to open that door and have a supposed reason to open that door? Just like the fake news and the caravan walk and the protesters that were actually that turned into rioters that's where I meant to say were actually paid to do the rioting and cause the chaos, to blame it on the protesters. Is this a situation like that? Were these people paid and or given the money to give to their families just in case they got shot? And the other guy that chickened out, he just went to jail? And they're blaming it on mental illnesses and this, that, and the other. Is this their loophole to get them out of it because they were paid to make a scene? To cause issues so the government could come after you and your rights? You can't even trust that anything is real anymore because people are actually paid to do the violence so that the government can step in and wipe away your rights. As we've seen recently, right here in our past, a year ago? Maybe not even a year ago? What do you believe? What do you believe? How can you believe any of it's real? I would love some people to subscribe, join, and jump in this talk with me. And if you do, comment below so that I can get you in and we can discuss this and I will do a live. I would love to have people talking about this with me and getting the word out and giving your thoughts and opinions. Are these situations real? Were they set up by the government? We know they're happening right at the time, once again, that they were going to make a play for our gun rights anyways. So, are they real? Again, there's been shootings here in Florida. I don't see them popping up on the news yet, but that's because they're just, somebody shooting somebody else. It's not a mass shooting, or it wasn't multiple guns brought into a situation. This shit happens every day, everywhere, and you don't see it blowing up out of hand or being brought to the attention of having to steal our constitutional right to bear arms. And then all of a sudden, there's these shootings they want to bring the light to. And then as soon as they do, several more people pop up with guns here in this place and another shooting over here. And right at the perfect time. And I'm going to keep repeating myself as I feel I am until I get it through your heads. And then again, comment below. Do you believe it's a setup? Or do you believe it's real? Because that's now the big question in my mind after so many situations have been setups and people paid to make things look a certain way. So that the government can step in and do their sneaky little, I'm going to pull your rights. We're going to violate some more rights. And now we have reasons to. And as my lip gloss is now, again, caking, you're going to have to excuse me because I hate that look. Because it looks worse on camera than it does in real life. Everything does. So, hoping the soda helps. So, what do you think? I had to get on here as soon as I could and talk about this and see what everybody else's feelings are. And I had to see what other people had to say, had to maybe you'll comment, maybe we can have a discussion on this situation. And if you do, again, if you want to, comment below and I will come back later and we can jump on here and actually have a discussion about it. Please let me know. And then I really want to get into, following up with the cabal. But I had to bring this, like I said, to the attention. I had to talk to you guys. I had to see what your opinions and feelings are on it. Because to me, it just seems very suspect. And again, it's just perfect timing. And it just seems like a big setup and play. Once again, you open that door. You cannot shut it. And I'm not willing to give up my weapons. And not for the safety from people, nor government, nor anybody else that I feel would do me wrong or hurt me or my children. And once they start with these guns, they'll then pull other guns, and they'll then pull knives, and they'll pull this, and they'll pull that, until you have no way of defending yourself. Again, weapons are weapons. It doesn't matter what it is. People use their bare hands. What are they going to cut all our hands off? People kill each other every day with their bare hands. So now I have to worry about the government making a news, conference about, all right, we're having too many strangulations. We're going to have to come and just cut off everybody's hands. Doesn't make sense. It's just a play to gain full control, as we're talking about in the sequel. Full domination. And because somebody was smart enough back then to allow people, after the fact that people had no way of defending themselves against the Nazis and this and that group and the cabal and possible repeating of the events as they have over and over again, we have a way to defend ourselves. Now, the only way they can possibly take control again is to remove our protection. And I don't know if I finished my sentence, but was smart enough to give us the right to bear arms and give us our constitutional rights so that it couldn't repeat itself. But once again, there are people working behind the scenes on a way to undo that, because they still are fighting to attack again and planning to attack again and trying to finish their plan and succeed with world domination. Which, again, they can't do that if people have a way of protecting themselves. So, of course, the puppets are being told, find a way to disarm the people. Find a way so we can get our plan moving. Find a way to trick these people or fool these people into believing they have to. Find a loophole somewhere where you can go in and take what we want from them. We've already taken so much already. The last thing we need is the way that they can protect themselves. We have to get that away from them. And they're working on it. And us people need to unite, stand together, and not allow this to ever happen. Or they may win. You people have to really think and look around and pay attention to what really is going on out there. It's darker than you could ever imagine. And they're being busted right now because, like I said, there's things coming out in the news that is proving everything we're saying. And so they're working and spinning their wheels really hard and really fast to find a way to regain full control. Think about it. All right. Let's see if we can jump into some of this. I was going to read the report on it, but it's not even worth it because it's just all blah, blah, blah. And my opinion is in my video prior to this one, go watch it. All right, so where we left off yesterday was by the time World War II had ended, millions of people had perished. Everyone who was different, everyone who spoke up, everyone who was that had anything different from or were different from the Khazarians, or were not the Khazarians. Sorry, Khazarians. I had a mind blank for a minute there. So sorry. Or spoke up, or tried to prove who people were, or whatever. They were all murdered. Okay. They used the Jewish people as the ultimate scapegoats. In order to take control over Israel. From that moment on, then the Zionists took over the Palestinian people who lived in Israel since the beginning of the time, etc., etc. Short overview of yesterday. So, again, let me just go over this real quick too. The parallels between Nazi Germany and the current state of affairs in many of Europe countries are uncanny. Hitler started off with the Emergency Act, now in effect in most European countries. He then pushed through the Enabling Act, giving him complete control to become the dictator. Okay. And then I left you with, do you want to know and find out what else they had in store for us? Follow us to the next part, which is going to be part 4. And I'm kind of upset because having to deal with that other video today, I'm now going to have to catch up because I'm sure this is going to push me a little farther behind in my notes, but I needed to get that video out. Okay, so in the previous parts, we saw how, let me do this first, sorry. We saw how throughout the ages, the Cabal created wars to destabilize countries, divide people, and seize control, which we are seeing that they are trying again today to do. It has started, people. Now it is time to start fighting back before it gets out of hand. The Protocols of Zion. dismissed as a hoax, as everything and anything that's ever been proved that the government does and has done as a conspiracy theory. Or a hoax, of course. But we can reassure you, we can reassure you, after months of in-depth research, that they are not. They're not hoax. They're not conspiracy theories. They are real, people. Wake up. They were slightly altered, yes, but a hoax, they are definitely not. In 24 protocols, the elders of Zion described their vision of the world, its population, and their ultimate goal: absolute world domination and a one-world government, a new world order in which their king, the King of Kings, will be crowned on the throne of Zion to rule the world forevermore. This is where they're trying to get us, people. Wake up. Some people believe the protocols were copied from the 19th century book called now again, forgive me, Dialogue in Hell between Machiavel, and I had these the other day, and again, they slipped my mind after a while. Machiavel and Montesquieu by Marcel Joel. And I know this isn't what it sounds like. It's spelled totally different. But Joel, I think is how they said it. In 1829 to 1878. Anyways, besides who wrote it, I can't say the names. I think it's Michel and Montesquieu. Again, you can go and look in the documentary by Maurice Joel, in which Napoleon was altered as a Jew, which he was not, and France was altered to the world. Those were the two slightly altered things. Others believe that the protocols of Zion were copied by, and again, these freaking names, I'm so sorry, Machiavelli, Montesquieu, Rousseau, by Jacob Vendley. I believe that one's right. I can't say these weird names. I'm sorry. And forgive me. I'm not in any way making fun or being disrespectful. I cannot pronounce them. Michivel and Montesquieu? I don't know. Okay, anyways, the Jacob Venaday, that's it. 1805 to 1871. Then was the theory of Augustin Barruel. Remember him? He believed that the original culprits were in the Jewish. He believed the original culprits were not the Jews nor Napoleon, but the Masons. Barruel wrote a series of 4 books about the French Revolution in which he presented evidence of the involvement of secret societies, and we all know who that is. So that's yet another theory. And then there was the court case in which the judge ruled the protocols of Zion a forgery. Like we said, we studied the protocols of Zion for months. We compared them with the original French version of dialogues in, again, these names, in Hell Between Machiavel and Montesquieu by, I think I wrote it wrong this time, Marcel Joel. I think I said it even more right that time. All three of the names. And yes, there was a lot of similarities. Some parts were even identical. That doesn't mean the protocols were copied. Stolen, if you like. From Joel's work. Not necessarily. It only means they are connected. So they want to say it was a forgery, then it was copied, and yes, there are similarities, and it's not because of any of the above. It just means that they're connected, and that maybe people seeing the same things too. Who knows? Different people writing about the same event. So, but the documents are real. The evidence is there. And people who do this for a living and have studied for many, many years are telling you, and our professionals are telling you, these are legit. They are real. And so is the investigation behind all of it. It only means the protocols were not new when they were published in Russia in 1905. They were not the minutes of a recent meeting between Zionists, as is claimed. But apart from that, sorry, I don't want to stick again. Okay. They were not the minutes of meetings and then the claim. Okay. One cannot, claimed, but apart from that, one cannot draw any other conclusion. It would be a literally blunder to simply state that the protocols of Zion were based on the work of Maurice Joel or Jacques Vinaday or any other 19th century author. I can't wait to get away from these names, but I know they're important, so I try so hard. And I think hopefully that's the last part. Okay. So basically, again, they're telling you the protocols are real. They are not copied. They are not forgeries or anything else. They are real. And that maybe somebody else had other documents that were supposed to be, like they said, to the precise point of the meetings and note-taking, and that's what they were trying to say, and it wasn't. So, again, there's no proof that it's not real, but there is proof that it is real. So that should tell you your answer right there. As a linguine, and I knew I was going to have a problem with this word, linguine, somebody who studies languages, linguinist. I hate this. I hate this so much. And I can say the word. And I said it yesterday practicing to make sure I said it right. But again, today's another day. Linguistis. I think it's how you say. With a degree, basically in studying all of this, a professional in Polygraphy. Polygraphy. And why can I not say it? Is it because I'm in front of the camera? Is it like, again, a shut-off switch, my nerves? And because I'm afraid of mispronouncing it, I do? Polygraphist. 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 No, Polygraphy. And I still stuttered on it. Polygraphy. That's what it is. Linguist. Polygraphy. Whatever. So, did y'all get a good laugh at that? Oh, come on. I know you guys do. You have to laugh at me every time I stutter over something. But I don't care. Okay. The study of ancient documents. I should have just said that. She's a professional and has a degree of the study of ancient documents. You know what? Whatever. I try to make it sound more good and I end up screwing it up. So what? Whatever. Excuse me. All right. That went down the wrong pipe. All right. Let's get serious now. Let's get back to it. The study of ancient documents. Janet can assure you that most statements about the protocols of Zion are incorrect. Like the verdict of the court case, which was based on a highly unprofessional approach of the matters. The problem with the protocols of Zion is that they are surrounded by emotions. That people who study them are confronted with their own belief system. Meaning, if you blame the Jews of all the wrongs in the world, you tend to believe the protocols are genuine. You will use the protocols as proof of the evil of the Jewish people. However, if you are Jewish, or if you lost your Jewish friends in the war, you will tend to believe the protocols are a fraud. Made only in Russia in 1905, only to make the Jewish people look really, really bad. We believe the protocols of Zion to be very old. It seems to us they were the source texts to which the other books arose, not the other way around. Remember, Adam, here we go, Winship, whatever, that founded the organization of the Illuminati in 1976, he put together a document that gave a clear overview of the aims, convictions, and protocols of the Illuminati, or the Cabal. The do's and the don'ts. That was his assignment given to him by Rothschild. Did he put those protocols together from scratch? We think that's highly unlikely. What if the original protocols were given to him by Rothschild? Remember the Constantinople letter given to Adam Winship by Rothschilds? Make no mistake, the Rothschild family was incredibly powerful. They were direct descendants from the Khazarians nobility that had fled Russia in around 1000 AD. You bet they had many original documents and protocols in their possession. Could those protocols be the original source text for the 20th century protocols of Zion as published in Russia? If that's the case, can't see the numbers. I hope I don't go over my time. Okay, there it is. 35 minutes, okay. If that's the case, you can be rest assured Hazar, let me try to explain this to you. It's the way they said it was Hazar origin Jew, and they had the sign up there, and then the Hazarian, and in our language, in today's, the way you would say it is stands for. So the Hazar stands for Jew, and the Hazarian stands for Jewish, etc. So they tended to switch the meanings, or the same meanings, different words, I guess. So again, Hazara would mean Jew, Hazarian would mean Jewish, etc., they said. The perfect text that would come in very handy as a trigger for anti-Semitism in the Russian Revolution and both world wars, to turn the Jews into the ultimate scapegoat. The more we studied this subject, the more we came to realize that the Jews had been used by the Hazarians throughout the ages to receive the blame of everything that went wrong, everything that the high-rank Hazarians did to suppress the people. Everything was blamed on the Jews. After all, for the outside world, the Hazarians were the Jews. Remember? Okay, let's see if I can say this thing right. Ashkenazi, Nazi. Do you still believe that is a coincidence? So what exactly are those protocols? Precisely what we see in our modern day world. The protocols are a description of all the possible ways the cabal used to control, manipulate, and brainwash and dominate the ordinary people. I was trying to think and read at the same time. I'm going to stop real quick with reading. Do you see what I'm reading matches exactly up with what is going on today, right now, today? In the news that I brought to you, the manipulation to try to stop gun control, and so on and so on. The fake news, the setups, everything is their manipulation, their brainwashing, them switching this for that. It's still going on today by the same groups of people, just different generations. Why can't some people open their eyes and see that? I don't understand it. But I was thinking that as I'm reading this, I'm thinking about everything that's going on, everything I've been talking about with you, the news reports I've been reading. It is saying this all right here. And since I have some time, I'm going to read over from the middle of where I left off. And I really want you to think about what's going on today while I'm reading this. Okay. And I'm sorry, today's been a little choppy with me. I've got a lot going on behind all this today. Okay. So So what exactly are the protocols? Precisely what you see in our modern day world today. The protocols are a description of all the possible ways the cabal used to control, manipulate, brainwash, and dominate the ordinary people, the non-Hazarians. Here they come. You better hold on to your seats. Mind you, we narrowed it down for you, as there are not only 24 protocols, but also 293 paragraphs. We filtered them all down to the essential ones, and in some cases slightly altered them so the old use of the words became more understandable. Each paragraph will show you on screen so you can do your own research, which we highly recommend. We advise you to listen carefully. This might be boring to some, but it's critical information. If you skip this part, you will not understand part 15. Okay, I actually meant to go a little bit higher, so I got confused there. But everything that these people did, they blamed on the Jews. Everything. And I wanted to reread that part too, because I wanted it to go with the modern day situation today. But the modern day part is what I really want you to think about while going over what I had just read about what they did to the Jewish people and put these people through, and how they manipulated certain words to make it look, again, like it was them, because they were using their name before the real Jews ever came along. They were very slightly similar, but Jewish wasn't made till further on down the line. And these people basically played trickery in everything they did. And that is the way evil handles things, through trickery. They tricked the people in the situation. They tricked the people that were around the situation. They just tricked anybody they could. And to this day, they're still tricking everybody they can into believing what they want them to believe. And people have to start learning and not believing the BS that they feed you. And look back in history, as this has been done to so many other people over and over and over again. And it has to stop here. It has to stop now. It has to stop today. Because they're still doing it today. As you can see, when people are paying people to hurt other people, to kill other people, to make it look like certain mobs are doing things and blaming the peaceful mobs, it's ridiculously crazy. But it works because it's so crazy, people don't want to believe it. But see, if you live in a sheltered life, I get it. I get it. Brainwashing sinks in easy. It's hard to believe reality. But the people who had a hard, rough life and had to work and struggle, and they say it in these actual protocols, which I'll point out to you when I get to it, how the career people, the smart people, they're easier to manipulate and brainwash than the stronger minded, who are, the hardworking people. And maybe it's because you're so used to being pushed around and controlled by those controlling parents and pushing you to go to school and sucking in all the BS that they've put in books that is not true, like our history. Then the people who get out there and really have to deal with the world and work hard and look around and be careful about who may hurt you and who may not. And that's why I say book people usually don't have a whole lot of common sense. or smarts. They have it in books and in memory. But everything else they're usually lacking in. And I believe these people can see that in a lot of people because they themselves say it's easier to brainwash the major career people who are looking to become something. And they also are easier to push in a direction by offering them certain things and then telling them this is how you're going to repay me. Or I'll give you this for that. I'll make you famous if you do these horrible things. I can make you rich if you do these horrible things. That's the devil, honey. That's the devil. That's demons. That's his way of working. And the evil way of working and doing things. I get your soul, but I'll give you everything on this planet that you want. But also, he doesn't tell you how early or how late. He'll come and claim your soul. So be very careful about the trickery that is out there today. And open your eyes, take a good look around, and pay attention to what's going on. And get all these news reports. And we all know the news reports only come out when they want them to come out. And they come out feeding you what they want you to think or know, so that they can use it to their advantage. You need to see through it. You need to wake up. And I am going to leave you with that. And I am going to go home and spend what little time I can with my little one today, because I have a little extra time today to spend with her. And I'm going to pick up tomorrow on the next page. And then we're going into the protocols. And I was doing so good on them notes and staying very far ahead of it. And now I'm behind because I had to jump in on this other stuff. And there's so much other things I want to get into, but I can't because I want to stay with this until the end. And this is really more important for you guys to pick up and know and pay attention to and watch right now than the other stuff. But I'll blend it in when I can. Okay? So that I can give you a little bit of the, I want to make sure I wrote this right. Give you a little bit of the stuff that's going around that mashes into this right now. And the other stuff will just have to wait. So I appreciate your time. I hope and pray that you're learning something here. And if you agree, leave a comment below. Please join. Let's discuss it. The time is here and now. So it is really important that we join together and we start talking about this and working on it before they really do steal all of our rights. It's here. They're in the midst of working it out and figuring out a way. They're looking right now as we speak for a loophole to pull our right to bear arms. And once you open that door with that one kind of weapon, it's going to go down the line on anything else they see as a threat or a weapon. They don't want a threat against them, the government. They don't want a way for us to fight back when they come for us. Wake up, realize it, and start protecting yourself now. And we need to do whatever we can to stop this from happening. So again, comment below. Let's talk. Subscribe. Let's talk. You can email me. You can Facebook me, message me. Anything you need to contact me. Let's get started. All right, guys. I care. I love you guys. Have a great day. And I will see you on my next video.